Okay, now, how tired are you? You still in good shape? I'm gonna have you back it out, turn it around, back it back in. Basically, I want the rear end in here enough to be in the shade. I don't really want it on top of the lift. So probably your back tire would come to maybe just about where it touches the lift. And we're gonna be working on that side, but when it turns around, that side's gonna be here. So I'm gonna guide you over sort of toward, well, I'll just guide you in. And what we're going to do is just crawl in there and look at that hole and kind of strategize which is the best way to approach it. We may not finish that today, but at least if we know what we're going to do, we can make a little start on it. Right about there, I believe. Back. Why don't you roll it forward about? Go forward about a foot. A little more. A little bit more. A little bit more. A little bit more. We got pretty good right there. So for the sake of the YouTube audience, the door works really good now. I think you may have seen us open and close it, but it goes like this, just like that. Now where you're scraping is, see this little piece right here? Yeah. Well, that is scraping, and it may be that this is, but we can take a hammer, take that wheel off, just beat the crap out of that. It's not gonna hurt a thing if we bend that back, and we'll do both sides so that you're not, then you won't have to worry about that. Next thing we're going to get into is going to be some framework. If you want a piece of cardboard to lay on, if you take that ladder and you set it up there kind of close to where that pirate flag is, with a couple big pieces of cardboard, you can drag off a big one and throw it down here to lay on. Okay, tubers, let's have a look. Oh. There's a hole up in here, right there, that we're going to want to fix. It's not a dreadful hole. It's barely big enough to get a finger or two in. But what we're going to want to do is a muffler hanger right there. You see that with a, it's like about a 5/8 or a 9/16 bolt. First thing we're going to do is get that off of there and get it out of the way so that we can get to the hole and fix that. So let's do that. Now what I want to do is make sure that I am loosening them up tightly. We'll go counterclockwise. Something, but not exactly like that. You may find that laying under your automobile is a very satisfying feeling. Someday, you may find you've been married a long time. One day you just need a break from whatever it is. Kids, wife, whatever. And if you got a garage and a cool car, a fan, a piece of cardboard, you can find a place to lay down under your car and people think you're doing something. So you don't have to listen to it anymore for a while. That is magic. That's true magic right there. That's mechanical magic. They don't teach you that in the technical school. So, if my theory is right, this should loosen the brake. I'd rather have it loosened. I'd rather have it loosened. I didn't break it yet. Guard your eyes. If we could get too bad, we could tap it with a hammer while we're trying to turn it. That would help, but it's not so easy to get to. We could try it though. We could stick something in there and have you tap it. Turn it. Basically, 4 M's. 4 M's power wrench. Here. What I'm going to have you do, if you can, tap on that. You have to hold this end onto the wrench there. And not till I'll get ready, but once I start turning it, the tapping just creates a vibration sometimes. It helps things to loosen up. So go ahead. Get some more class on your safety glasses. What do you do with it? You're going to get your safety glasses. I'll use it when you're ready. I'm going to smash on this piece here a little bit more. Let me get that wrench down into a little bit. Okay, go for it. Okay, stop. So it turned. So you can move your thing. I'm gonna get another bite. Can't get another bucket. Maybe I'll get it with this thing. You're getting there, and it's turned a little. This is where a socket, a ratchet, would come in handy. I usually have one for almost everything. Somewhere now I have an 18. Oh, we're gonna go. Faster than a speeding boat. Now, you got your goggles on, right? More powerful than a whole cold motor. One thing you can do when you got a wrench, a bolt like this, is just work it back and forth. And sometimes it loosens it up. If you just keep grinding on it, it's just like, think about it, if you got dirt going in your gears, you just keep grinding on it, it's gonna clog it up more and more. But if you go back and forth, it'll kind of kick the dirt out. And it's the same principle here. If you got rust and threads, you wobble it back and forth, it kicks the dirt out, but it also generates a little heat, which helps to loosen things like shit. Now this might not seem very important, but this is an important bolt. And we want to save it. And grinding it off, cutting it off, chiseling it off, all those things would be harder, even though this takes a while. And it's safer because that is your gas tank. You got your hand on here. This is a shield, that's the tank. And, fire and sparks, things of that nature, the best take away from it. You want to try your hand at some of that? Can you reach out right there? So you got to take it off and then put it back on back here. Turn it some more. Reach up over there and see if we can turn it. Nope, you go toward me. A nice even pressure. Yeah, don't mind if that comes down. Well, it won't come down. That's okay. Just leave it hanging off. So it used to be. Alright. believe what you got here is a piece of that's threaded onto a little plate. It's shoved in between the frame rails because it moves a little. And it's not too unusual in these Jeeps. I put a trailer hitch on mine like you got, and it had little plates shoved up in there. It threaded. You had to take the bumper off, stick them up in there, get the thread started. They're long enough so that they won't turn. They sort of wedge in between the frame rails. They just seem to sit there. My arm's getting pretty tired. You want to take over this thing?